All right, everyone. Welcome to FNGO's The Lunch Break this Thursday, August 7th. Appreciate you guys stopping by. When you do stop by, we'll give it a few minutes for everybody to get on. But how you guys doing today? The week is almost over. Almost over. And it's been a nice week around here. It's been cool. At least got another cloudy day. At least it's not raining. What's up, Stephen Barday? Over there on TikTok. How you doing, buddy? But anyway, you guys on YouTube, as everybody gets on, we'll get going. But hope you had a good day so far. Got a long day here. We got a great live well coming up tonight. Got Matt O'Connell is going to be on. If you guys follow Cast Fishing, he will. You've seen him on the show before. Very, very good, versatile angler. Seagray, nice shirt. You like that? Got the old Van Halen right here. That's right. Hey, I'm still cool. I know who the best is right there. I know what's up, Atlanta Safe House. Barday, if he's still on, he's going to say Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's okay. Got to have a number two to have a number one. And so we like him too. But I hope you guys are doing well so far today. Been watching the Bassmasters up on Sinclair. I think that's where the heck they're at. Anyway, I've been watching them. Remember yesterday that fellow on TikTok was asking me who would be my fantasy fishing team. And I told him Trey McKinney. Look who's in the lead right now. Trey McKinney. Doug Rice. What's up? Doug, I got to hit you back, buddy. I'm sorry. I know you called me, and then I had somebody in front of me till I left yesterday, and I just plumb forgot. So when I get off the live today, I'll give you a call if that'll work for you. Doc Holliday's in the doctor office today. Good grief. Getting his trigger finger fixed. What's up, man? Hey, Tony. Alex. Hey, Tony, you still fussing with that fellow on Facebook? Rodney Hayes 95. What's up, buddy? Over there on TikTok. Guys, I get tickled. Tony put out a how to rig a fluke video. Now, yes, there's 100 ways to rig a fluke. But if you offer one to somebody out there, undoubtedly, always without fail, somebody is going to fuss. What do you think it will take to win this weekend's kayak tournament on Lanier? Is it? What's up, traveling fisherman? How many fish you guys get to measure? Is it 5 fish? Let me know in the comment section. Father Gill up there. That's right. People give him so much for being a scoper and all that. Traveling fisherman, I saw you live last night. It looked like you was in a river somewhere. I guess you're still in Alaska, but it looked pretty cool where you was at. But I guess if you're doing I see your EBO trophy in the background. I've got a couple of them, dude, Rusty. I got one or two. You got to show them off. It's the only hardware I got. It's a 5 fish limit. 5 fish kayak on Lake Lanier. What's going to screw you guys is the spotted bass. Because spotted bass, while you may get a 5-pound spotted bass, he could only be 18 inches long. So let me guess. I'll take a guess. It is going to take, you won't catch 5 20 inchers. I'm going to go 96.25 inches. Those kayak tournaments, how do they judge the fish? By weight or length? How honest are the people? Number one, by the length, and number two, they're mostly honest. Kayak people are mostly honest, Atlanta Safe House. Everybody that really fishes is mostly honest. I'll be honest with you. There's always that bad apple out there, one or two, that will, they can be squirrely. What's up, Jonah? How you doing today, buddy? But it is cool. Like I told you yesterday, I said Trey McKinney would be my pick. Who's in the lead right now? He might not win it, but who's in the lead right now? Trey McKinney. The kid is a hammer. Whether you like him or not, he is a hammer. What's up, Messick? But if it's 5 fish, yeah, let's go 96. Alex, is that a bad guess right there for a 5 fish limit on Lanier? Just guessing. G-Man is doing good. Actually, I got the top 5 as I was coming on. It could have changed by now. I don't have it on, but as I was coming on air, it went McKinney, Summerall, Fothergill, John Cruz. John Cruz was in 4th. Swindle and Fish, Slapper, however you want to say it. Cole Sands, Watley, Fujita, and Peresnik. I can't even know his name. Kenya River up there, here till mid-September, then on the road to new adventures. Man, that's awesome. Had practice yesterday. Had 4 fish from 6:30 to 6 in the afternoon. Couldn't get offshore fish to act. We couldn't either the other night. When they were in the brush, man, they just were not doing anything, and they were not coming up. I hope that changes by this weekend. Trey's just good and can make those adjustments as needed. He's just got it. Oh, so Alex, you think I'm a little on the high side, but it can be done with some largemouth in the mix. Well, Alex, what would your guess be? Kayak tournament on Lake Lanier, 5 fish. I know that the tournament I was supposed to fish with Kevin Underwood on Saturday has now been moved to Sunday. And I think it's because they're scared of me and they know that most Sundays I go to church. This heather needs it. But I might play hooky. I think I'm going to play hooky this Sunday and go out there. Me and Kevin's going to whack some ass over there. Went shallow, had 4 fish in less than an hour, 30 minutes like that. So Farmer and I, when we were on, majority of our fish were shallow. We didn't spend a lot of time we didn't spend any time really offshore fishing. 90-92. Okay. Tony says, I'm going with Big Bait John Saturday, hoping to break the PB. And hey, listen, I hope you do too. Because then you know what you're going to do? Bible Bass TV. What's up, buddy? So what you're going to end up doing, though, you're going to catch your PB, Tony, and you're going to hold it up. And undoubtedly somebody on Facebook or TikTok is going to say, that fish ain't 8 pounds. That's a 4-pound fish all day, every day. You know what I'm talking about. It's going to happen. Also, the south end, nobody was catching anything offshore. What's up, 706? I got an email typed out to you. I'm going to finish it up as soon as I get done. I started it. I like where you're going with the stuff. Let's just put it that way. So you got 706 fishing over here in TikTok. Her name's Hannah, and I don't even want to try to, I'm going to say Struthers. I don't know if that's your last name, if I'm saying that right. Bassmaster, if you go to bassmaster.com, it's got a nice little write-up on her. Pretty cool. Mendel Bird, any tips for Murray? Been getting skunked lately. So I don't know. I mean, it's been tough everywhere. It's dog days. Even though we've had this cool weather, I think the fish are just in a little bit of a funk. They've been beat up all summer, boat traffic and everything. I don't know what Kevin and I will be doing because he hasn't told me. I can tell you what I'm going to be doing Sunday. I'll be net man. Any tips for Lanier on smaller baits, colors? I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to get bit, and I'm just getting bit. You guys know I love throwing a wacky worm. I didn't hardly get bit on a wacky worm. So you are finally hearing me say it. That's I told Farmer this, when I cannot catch fish on Lake Lanier or Latham on a wacky, something's a little bit off. But I went to the chicken rig, caught some fish on Latham. Lanier right now, smaller baits. Green pumpkin, purple spot sticker. Old Mason right there. Where's your better half, Mason? Okay, they're talking about KVD Dream, Shotworm, Morning Dawn, or Chartreuse. You know, colors on Lanier. Man, it's like, what do you feel comfortable with? Like, really, honestly, what do you feel comfortable with? I would say, you know what? I've heard a lot of guys talk this week, and it's just guys talking about going to smaller, clear topwater baits. Think Spook Jr., something like that, something clearer. Steckelberg, Fickle, KJO Outdoors 0423. Maybe. Let's see. Mason said, shoot, my boat just got done. Supposedly she and her are going today after work. Well, that's good. Okay, so for Murray, you're saying the drop shot. Sorry, what's a chicken rig? Give me a second. Give me a jig and a couple trailers. I can go across the country and catch something. Farmer said, you can. There was a guy in here talking about downsizing his jigs. And it really, he was talking about on Lanier. He was downsizing his jigs. A chicken rig, Roger, is nothing more, and I don't have the hook, nothing more than a Nico, nail weight on the bottom, but with a Nico, standard Nico, your exposed hook like you would a wacky. But with a chicken rig, you just you almost Texas rig it right here in the middle. So the actual hook is right here, the barb of the hook is, and the line tie is where my hand on top is. So basically, it's a Nico that's just weedless. That's about all this. And why the hell they call it a chicken rig, I don't know. I really don't know why they call it a chicken rig. I don't know why they call certain things anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. We done got in the show a little bit, and I ain't even done my normal start. Let's hit Messick real quick. Am I the only one who's seeing the pickup in fish schooling activity? It's been going down in the evenings as long as the sun doesn't pop out. And the traveling fishermen, I use green pumpkin from coast to coast. That's what I said in our little video on TikTok and all that. You can't go wrong with green pumpkin. Hell yeah, Van Halen. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, baby. That's it, man. That's it. I am the biggest Van Halen fan in the world. I don't own all the stuff, but you come in this shop, and all the guys that come in the shop can tell you 95% of the time it's Van Halen followed by Ozzy Osbourne, and then we might throw a little pop music in there. Charlie said he's been watching them all day blow up on humps all day. Okay, when Farmer and I were out last, no, they wasn't hitting nothing on top water. No top water activity at all. And even on Latham, didn't see a lot of it. I've always done well this time of year on Lanier with a 4-inch worm in pumpkin seed. Hey, you're going old school. Hogan said Robo Morning Dawn has been the only thing that's caught fish here lately for him. Yeah, so like I get it. You know, we've always had that argument like pink. Just pink. There ain't nothing in the water that's pink. You know, not straight Morning Dawn pink. Ain't nothing in the water that's methylate, but fish, they hammer that thing. Get the coffee going. When I went out, they would hit surface on the humps, but couldn't get a bite. I think they're keying in. Morning Dawn with chartreuse tail, trust me. A lot of people have been getting confused with the weather lately, but none of it matters if the water temp remains. And I wonder what the water temp has been doing lately because I haven't been on it. Mason, if you're on it today, let us know. We've been crushing them on a 7-inch Nessie. Okay. There's a lot of flatfish that have a pink hue in the sunlight. Fat fish. I guess so, fat fish. Yesterday it was 84. Lanier is 83 right now. Okay, when Farmer and I were on it the other day, the day before it was the low of 78. So that's dropped a lot because when Farmer and I were on 2 Mondays ago, it was 89, almost 90 degrees at Thompson Creek. Black and blue swagger stick with the tail dipped in chartreuse. JJ's hammered them on Lanier Sunday. I feel like I haven't seen near as many fish schooling this year in general. I agree with that. What's up, guys? Made it to Alaska. Flying to the lodge later. Well, I'm glad you're up there, dude. Be safe. Be careful. Don't hurt your knee up there, your other knee. River water is 81 right now. Missile baits, blueback secret on the drop shot, been killer on Hartwell. The water has changed so much in a short time. Well, we got a lot of rain too. So you get a lot of cloud, cooler weather, rain. It should drop. It was 80 on Sunday. Dropped 10 degrees on Greenwood, was 91 last Friday night, now down to 81, 83. So, yeah, so seriously, that's kind of and Coleman's going to have surgery when he gets home. Good Lord. It's crazy how much the water temperatures drop. So, all right. On my useless information, what happened in history today, I'm going to throw this one out just because it might get some of you talking too. Those spots are doing a whole lot besides hitting. No doubt about it. 2007 on this date. What do you guys think about this? Barry Bonds hit the home run 756 to pass Hank Aaron to have the all-time record. Now, you either love Barry Bonds or you don't like Barry Bonds. So that's something I'm just throwing out there to you guys. You can talk about that as well. 100% looks like the fall transition is happening. Listen, guys, it's going to get hot again. Now, don't get me wrong. You're getting close to that time where we can start talking fall transition, but it's maybe a little too soon. It's going to get hot. You know, my mom believes in all that blackberry winter, scuppernong summer. Heck, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be hot as hell in October. I wish it would get September 21st, right around where deer season opens. Yeah, 3 to 5 weeks before fall starts. I wish it would get cool then, get cold as all go through the first of the year, and then it could turn warm again. I don't care. Early fall, not full out yet. Maybe. Lake Eye Fish was 94 last week and 76 2 days ago. So, now look, that's a big difference in, water. How does that affect the fish? This weather just makes for some cooler days. It's just a teaser. Ready for fall because the stripers come back. Maybe, but I'm going to tell you right now, this fat boy right here, the Thermocline on the move, Fish Nerd Labs. So, yeah, it's interesting. We in False Fall. Yeah. We're in Georgia. We might have 3 different seasons this afternoon. Been seeing a bunch of does and fawns recently. I saw a bunch of fawns last week, like with spots out in the fields and all that. Can't get away from striper while bass fishing with a forward-facing minnow. I guess the stripers are loving this weather. That surface temp going to take a minute for it to change to the other water columns, no doubt. Dana, FCP Fish in North End of Lanier was 78 yesterday. Doc Holliday at Altamaha, 74 at Plant Hatch. weather is going to be above 80 till halfway through September. No doubt, no doubt. But ain't it funny though? It was honestly right at 90 degrees 2 Mondays ago. And now we're talking about it being in the 70s now. John Laddie, I'm dragging a Texas rig plastic lizard on Lake Mead in Las Vegas, treating me well. There you go, dude. Hell yeah, from Las Vegas. I love it. Caught 3 striper Tuesday above Lanier Islands. Stripers are fun. They're fun. Not my fish of choice, but they're fun when you get a hold of a good one. Problem is, Hell's Front Porch will be back soon enough. No doubt, James Ramsey. No doubt. And Atlanta Outdoors, and this is where it matters. My swimming pool went from 88 to 73. Okay? 88 to 73. Now listen, that's a big drop. I think when Farmer and I ran all the way up to Chestatee, we were about a quarter of a mile. Yeah, light line and had a 20-minute battle. No doubt, Hogan. And generally, when you hook them stripers, it's on something that you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. And so you'll take that 20-minute battle because you definitely don't want to break off. It was 89 something. Farmer, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but it was 89 something. And then we got about a quarter mile from the 400 bridge up Chestatee. I think it got down to 79. I think that's what I'm saying. Stripers are a lot of fun in the kayaks, especially the 15-pounders. Yeah, I could imagine. Had to drop the reel in the water to cool it off. So it was burning. Is that what you're saying, Hogan? It was burning. Listen, last January, we were fishing the EBO tournament, electric only tournament over on Lanier. And we were out at Baldridge Marina. And I had just gotten my Spro rock crawler rod with my JC Elite reel. And I'd been throwing rock crawlers, not getting a bite. And I don't have any confidence in the jerk bait like I should. So I put a jerk bait on there and I threw it. And I went pop, pop. And I seriously, it was maybe 12 pound fluoro. And third pop, I let it pause for a second. When I went to hit, I was like, crap, I'm hung. And then all of a sudden I hit it. And all of a sudden my line just was flying down the bank. And I'm like, oh, hell, yeah, here we go. And I set the hook. And I done thought I had a big largemouth for about 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, I said, nope. I got me a big old striper. And I caught that striper, man. I say it hit my jerk bait. I couldn't have been 5 foot off the bank. Because, I put it right up as far as I could. Hit it, trying to dig it into the ground a little bit, let it sit. And that thing. And it took me about, because, again, that rock crawler rod's it handled it. It ain't made for stripers. But I feathered that joker and that JC Elite reel. And the problem was it went straight deep. And that's when I knew I didn't have a big spot or largemouth. It was shallow. I caught that thing. I promise you that striper was in less than 5 foot of water when he hit my jerkbait. Now, bear in mind, this is January. This is in January. I know you love stripers, Dana. Dana says, I absolutely love them. But what it did was it took me out. And if you know Baldridge Marina, I was up in behind the marina up a little bit. And there's a no wake buoy or something like that out in the middle with the chain going down. And that thing took me out in the middle. And I said, oh no. And it went around and I knew it had me wrapped around that chain. So I was in my electric rig on the John boat. And if somebody was watching me from a distance, they probably thought I was crazy. But I was just driving around that buoy, just keep driving around that buoy. And then finally I wore him out. And he was probably about 14, 15 pounds. Suggestion to go north or south end Saturday. What do you want to catch? You want to go chase largemouth, some spots? Fish are probably going to bite both sides. And then what, you want to go offshore or what? You can catch them both places. Big bass south. That was saying, yeah, if you want to catch the big spots, you might as well go south. But I can tell you, Farmer and I caught 9 bass that night. 6 of them were largemouth. And there's not that many herring up north, 100%. Striper ranked number 39 in the world's top 100 game fish. Jeremiah. I'll take stripes over spots any day. It just depends. But mainly spots is what you're after. I'd go south if you're looking for spots. Caught a striper on a jig a few weeks ago, popped it off the bottom, and it was game on. Now, Dana said the north end is awesome right now. So you actually can go on YouTube, look up, you guys on TikTok, if you don't know Dana, look up FCP Fishing. And he's this real ugly, long-haired fella. He's got some rock music and all on that. No, he's not ugly. He's a good dude. But go check him out, FCP Fishing on YouTube. And you can watch him fish. Because I would say, Dana, you are on the north probably 99% of the time, right? But I got the Dana cast down. Chunk that out. Let it sink to the bottom. Hold your rod. Pop, pop, pop 3 times. Let it sink on a slack line. Pop, pop, pop 3 times. That's what we call, you are pretty ugly. I'm not going to lie to you. That's what we call in the shop here. We have a saying. We're like, throw it like Dana. Work it like Dana. And somebody will look at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, throw it out, let it sink. 3 times up. 3 times up. Let it fall on semi-slack line. That's called the Dana right there. I'm kidding you, but we do talk about the way you fish a lot up here. Then giggle when you hook it. Yeah. If you hook the fish, you got to giggle like Dana. So what you got to do is you got to go. You got to go to FCP Fishing on YouTube. Check him out. And here's a little information for you guys. He has that signature laugh. He does. This is what's pretty cool is that rock and roll music you hear at the beginning of all his videos. Dana played it. He is a musician. He is a musician. I'd love to have Dana on the channel. I learned so much about fishing lanier and hair jigs from his channel. That retrieve works on a lot of lures. I'd love to hook up with Dana. The problem is Dana's work schedule only allows him to be free on a Saturday night. So we might have to do a special Saturday night live well and get him back on. What's a good reel on the market right now? My Lou's busted this morning. I'm going to be partial. Let's see. Let me hit the TikToks real quick. When I went to jerking the drop shot up high, the fish were hitting it versus shaking the worm. If y'all like striper, there is no limit here on Lake Mead. I don't know. Do we have a limit on striper here? I don't know that I assume we do. John, what's a big, okay, on Lake Mead out there in Vegas, give me like, what would be not trophy size, but just like a wow. What you got right there? Lanier bass have been very much on reaction bite lately. Arc reels are great. What's up? Gone fishing with Ed. And I will say this, listen, and I'm partial because I'm sponsored by them, but I'll let you use mine. You need to check out those JC Elite reels that Spro's bringing out. Just try them. That's all I'm going to say. I won't say nothing. Just try it. You either love it or you like it. But I tell you, it's one of the smoothest casting reels that I've thrown in a long time. Worm hasn't been good lately. That's what I'm saying. If I can't catch a bass on a wacky worm, something's wrong. The weightless wacky is not working for me lately. Drop shot, maybe. That may be what I need to do. Dana is probably my favorite Lanier angler. Keeps it simple and just catches them. He does. He does. And let me tell you something. He's a gatekeeper because we all know he's throwing that daggum hair jig. And I've known Dana for, what, Dana, 4 or 5 years now? I still ain't got to see one in person. And he won't tell me what they look like. I mean, I kind of got the color, but I know kind of what they are. You told me what they are, but I know he ain't showed me one of them. What reaction bait do I need to use? Woo! I tell you what, I caught fish on a buzz bait. I'd say throw a buzz bait for a while at least. Seriously, throw a buzz bait. Round docks, back of coves, shallow, throw a buzz bait. Throw black, and in the words of Rob Jordan, if that don't work, throw black. And if that don't work, throw black. Spro E-Pop for the win. The E-Pop is what I got on for offshore. For sure. I love the Spro E-Pop. Now, my favorite color is the chrome and blue with the blue back. That's my favorite color of all of them. But, cloudy, you might want to go to the bone. I plan on going shallow 20 feet or less in the morning, then go deep from 9 to 10 on. Hogan in the morning, I'm telling you what, if you're looking for length, just throw a buzz bait. I'm telling you, throw whatever your favorite brand of buzz bait is, they will hit it this time of year. I'm not saying you're going to catch a ton of them. Lake Mead has nothing super crazy. On the other side of the dam, you can catch 30-pounders. Yeah, so Lanier used to be, you could put 40s in the boat, and 30s kind of, maybe you see 1 or 2 that big each year, but now I think 15 to 20 is just about the average. A 6-pound spotted bass is the prettiest, Tom says. Crankbaits have been on fire the last 4 weeks. Worm, not as much, and a few jig fish for him. I like watching Dana on his channel. He drops juice. What's up, Steven Sturgeon, my buddy from Illinois? And Dana was wearing them out on that E-Pop in a recent video. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I got to clear that out. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Got you guys back. Fluke bite any good, Hogan? Right now, if somebody's throwing a fluke, oh, you want me to show y'all some juice? Let me show you. Let me. I get $5 for every time Danny says buzz bait. Ken Pruitt. Lizard is hard to beat right now. Let me show you something. I had a guy make these for me because they've been wearing them out on Lanier with them. So hold on 1 second. Y'all know I ain't no gatekeeper. Straight chartreuse fluke. A lot of guys have been absolutely wearing fish out on Lake Lanier and Lake Allatoona right now with a chartreuse fluke. Now, they're not throwing them on top. You're not getting your walk the dog movement with a chartreuse fluke on top. Ball head jig, forward facing sonar. And this one's actually a winged one. So, I mean, it's not a zoom. I mean, this is a guy who made these for me. But yeah, chartreuse fluke. Been getting crushed on a shallow diving crankbait around docks. What kind of, Stephen? What are you throwing? What kind of crankbait you throwing? Doug Rice, I could not find those flukes. It's not who you know, baby. I mean, you got to know somebody. You got to know somebody. Actually, just a buddy, he couldn't find chartreuse flukes. And so they went out and found him a mold, and it's a winged one. I mean, it's not a fluke. It's not a zoom mold. I can tell by the thing. So it's some other mold, but it's got the wings on the side. You guys can kind of see it. You see what I turn? There's up and there's down. Now, that's true. DT8. Now, that's weird. The guy on the GOM blast said not to use a ball head on a fluke. No doubt that fella from Oklahoma said that. Like, I'm telling you. A spike it marker will make a white fluke chartreuse. That's what I do. Absolutely. Caffeine shad for the win, says Kirk Blackadar. Is it Blackadar? Or Blackadar? I think I'm saying that right. Time to get out the dip and die out. Yeah. But this is just straight chartreuse. So Farmer says he plans on being on Lanier next week. Going to start out shallow and work my way deep. Shallow bites if it's not there. Farmer, let me know. I might go with you if you want me to. I enjoy fishing with you. But I'm on fish with Underwood Sunday. And he's got, I said it right. There you go. Appreciate it, dude. Guess I could make my own. These are handmade. But you can kind of see, like I said, if I hold it in front of the black shirt, it's there. If I turn it sideways, you can see those little wings. I don't know that the wings make any difference. FCP Fishing says he's catching his fish dirt shallow lately. And I don't doubt that at all, dude. Yamamoto D-shad for me. Fluke that wiggles like a Cinco on the drop. And a chartreuse and a fluke is hard to find for me right now. Well, you just got to have buddies that watch your show, come in your shop, and just feel sorry for you sometimes. I guess he felt sorry for me. He goes, he actually come in yesterday. He goes, I got something for you. Because he was talking about these 2 weeks ago, last time he was in here. And he was talking about not being able to find it. And he goes, they found the mold, they made them, so he brought them. We'll see how it works. Now, Underwood, and I've sold out of Kevin's here, that secret herring or whatever. I'm sure we'll be throwing those too. But where Dana's catching them shallower, I don't know what Kevin's plan is. It's his boat. I'm just going to be the net man. But we could be anywhere from shallow to we could be fishing marina walls. He loves marina walls and those big marinas. And I'm telling you what, guys, listen. There's some big fish hanging around the marina walls right now. Big fish. I ain't saying they're going to bite, but they're big. And just trust me on that. X-Zone Whiplash Shad is another great fluke that shimmies like a Cinco, Kirk says. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't know how these will work. These feel to me just a tad bit softer than a Zoom. So I don't know what the plastic, what the formula for the plastic was that they used. Carson Fowler, What are marina walls? Very simple. You going up a lake, you see a marina, you see that wall that tries to keep all the waves from going inside the marina that kind of protects the marina. That's a marina wall. I found some huge spots at the Lanier Island beach. Yeah, Lanier Islands is always a good place. Um, those fish will hang around those marinas. Always have fish. It doesn't matter what lake you're on. The problem is a lot of the marinas are deep, and they're not easy to fish sometimes. When Kevin and I were out, no takers though. That's the way it works, Hogan. That's the way it works, man. So last time he and I fished a marina wall, it was at Port Royale. I forget which one it was. He's got us forward facing. If we were on this side of the wall, Murphy's Law, those things were all the way on the other side. And if we moved around to the other side of the wall, they'd be back over here. And the way he was trying to catch them was taking that big old spoon, that big Ben Parker, they say this is a 6-inch, and they line. Oh, okay, it was Port Royale. Farmer said, yeah, I swear. And he would throw that and try to get that spoon to fall back at least underneath the marina wall to at least try to catch those fish to come over. He caught something like that. I am not good enough with a spoon to pull that off. So when he was chunking a spoon at those walls, I'm like, number one, they were his spoons that I had, and I wasn't going to lose them. Number two, I know that I'd hook up on that marina wall. The big ones hang out on those walls all year round. They normally suspend right under people's boats and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy the amount of fish. Doesn't mean they're biting. But you can go to those marinas and just scan. And I know if Cranking and Yanking was on here, he'd be giving me them googly eye, sad looking eyeballs that he gives. Doug Rice, I've caught good spots in marinas with a spoon. I promise you, I guarantee you, Underwood's going to have a spoon tied on. Whether we fish with it or not, he'll have a spoon tied on because that stuff he does is wicked. What was the crankbait that guy was using? I think he said it was a DT8. I think he said he was throwing a DT8. Jeremy Conkright, marina fish are the hardest to catch. And then, of course, Carson Fowler, you see Farmer says up there in the comments, those are the wave breaker walls on the outside of marina. They're just there because, we got all us and the wake boats going down. It keeps those boats from getting just absolutely tore up in the marinas. Keeps the waves out of them. Thad Moody Outdoors skipped a really nice jig on one of those walls and it had rock and held together by a chain, lost that jig. So there are chains on them. There's no doubt there's chains on them that hold them in place. And yes, those are something you have to contend with when you fish them. Marina fish are well fed and not dumb, so they are harder. It's always funny. He will throw topwater year round in a marina just to see if they'll take. But he'll go inside those marinas and he'll throw topwater. And then we get around some of the boats and he doesn't go inside. Lanier fish are smart in general. They are FCP. They are. He's throwing around them boats, and I'll skip a wacky up, but there's still. I don't trust my casting with things with a lot of exposed hooks. There is a lot of snagging stuff around marinas. I mean, Alatuna's got them. Think about the one at Stamp Creek. As you go out in the no wake zone, all them chain cables or whatever, they come all the way across. And most marinas are deep. I mean, they're deep. Just the way it is. They don't put them out there where it's shallow. And they will eat topwater in that marina, but they get spooked really quick. That's true. And I'm just curious. Like I said, I don't know. When I fish with Kevin, I do two things. I say, what do you want me to bring? What rods, what baits do you want me to bring? And he'll throw out a suggestion. That's all I ask him. Dad says poppers all day in a marina. Yeah. I don't ask him another question until we get down in the boat. We're sitting down and I'll look over at him. I'm like, where are we going? And that's it. Because he's got it in his mind, and that's all I need to do. And I can go ahead and tell you that I am going to be playing net man most of the day because Lanier fish are like that too. I watched a monster spot trying to knock my 4-pounder off the hooks with Kevin. Wildest thing I've ever seen. Now, if you get a wolf pack coming up and you got a bait hanging out of another fish's mouth that's already hooked, those other spots will absolutely just try to annihilate that thing. So what we do in that situation is underspins haven't been working for me either. I think the underspins are getting a little bit kind of played out. That's just me. Can you catch fish on them? Yes, but I just think that's a little bit played out. Certain times of the year, yes, but my God, think of how many they've seen. Maybe if we backed off of them for a year or two, it'd come back like it is. And you still can. You still can catch fish on them, but I just think that I don't throw an underspin very much anymore. But when they're like that, when they're wolf packing, Kevin will throw out and I'll be right behind him. I will stand right behind him. And I got my rod in my hand. Sometimes I got a drop shot. Sometimes I got, whatever I got on. And I watch Kevin work his sonar. And let's say he starts reeling back to the boat. If a single fish comes, he goes, get ready with the net. And I'll be ready to put my rod down. And if the pack comes, he'll go, get ready to drop. And so we work it like a team. It's a team kind of thing. And a lot of guys do that because if that situation, Tony, happens, I'm right there with my drop, boom, or whatever it is, it's right there on it. We might double up. The line will be top water, drop shot, minnow, and maybe a shaky head. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with those. Adam W. Fish and the underspin is one of my favorites. And it is. Don't get me wrong. I just think sometimes on Lanier it gets played out. But that goes for a lot of baits. And I think maybe you just need a little pause, come back to it. Got to go. Hey, Kirk, appreciate you joining us for a little while, buddy. Have a good day. Let's see. Thad Moody. Also, skipping a wacky swagger works really well if you can get it to skip a lot. Mimics a flea and bait fish. I do that from time to time. Farmer says, best thing I found from marinas are more, and let me back you down here in the comments. Let me go up. Finesse style stuff. The sneak rig that Ryan made famous are deadly around marinas from Cast. Yeah. We'll probably talk about, I'm sure maybe the sneak rig will come up tonight with O'Connell. And we got Sean, and I forget his last name. He's going to ride up with Matt, and he works with the NPFL. I've never met him before. And he's going to jump on tonight too. So it'll be very interesting. That's what we were doing. He was unhooking a 5-pounder, and I got the 4-pound. The only time I throw an underspin is on an A-rig. Jeremy, you're putting underspins on A-rigs. Okay. Only in Kentucky, my man. I've never put an underspin on A-rig. Now, I saw that guy in Alabama put all them daggum chatterbaits on the back of one. I mean, that thing, he's probably throwing a 10-pound A-rig at that point. But generally, it does sound heavy. That's what I was sitting there thinking. So, here, Concrete, we put ball head jigs. Since the A-rigs we use have blades already. But interesting, maybe that's the ticket. How often do you throw it? Spot choker in the marina slips is fire. Alex, no, it ain't. You're just being a dag. No, I'm kidding. It is. It is. Listen, you can catch fish on them. A lot of guys have switched away from underspins here lately. Whether that's a forward-facing thing or not. I can tell you, I just don't see everybody throwing them as I used to. Underspins are hard to skip. They are, Farmer. That might be why you don't like throwing them. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. Underspin catches fish. Okay, spot chokers are good underspins. There's some other good brands out there. They catch fish. I'm just noticing. Hey, Hogan, dude, absolutely. Absolutely. Best of luck out there. Now, yeah, FCP Fishing. See, here it is. I don't even own an underspin. That's my man right there. Doug Rice, underspin throw it in the blowdowns this time of year is effective. It can be. Spot choker shows up good on the scope. Jeremy says, I'll throw an A-rig year round with underspins on them. My Lord, what are you throwing it on? Probably an 8-foot heavy. I mean, serious question, Jeremy. What are you throwing that on? What are you throwing an A-rig with underspins on? And then what trailer are you using? I'd love to see this setup, but what are you throwing it on? Now, we always have that argument during the wintertime with the ditch bite. Underspin on an A-rig, Jeremiah says, that's what I'm saying. I hadn't heard anybody say that. I know that out at Gunnersville, Dave Aldridge catches a lot of fish over the grass on an A-rig, but it's got like 1/16 heads or something like that. I saw him do it. He's doubling and tripling up. 8-foot swim bait rod, no doubt. Oddly enough, a great bait I found in the marinas is a weightless panoramic by 6 Cents, holes through the rear, holes through the nose, or an MRE weightless with a hook in the nose. There you go. There's just some suggestions if you're in the marinas. You can skip a scrounger. I would rather throw a scrounger than an underspin. That's just me. I would rather throw a scrounger than an underspin, but I do throw underspins. I might even have one tied on. I'm not saying I don't throw them. I just think there's a lot of other things to try as well. Jeremy must have some massive arms to be throwing A-rigs with underspins all year. No doubt about it. Well, he's from Kentucky. He's probably one of them pinto-fed, cornbread eating country boys. You know, out there in the fields throwing the hay and all that stuff. I bet he is big. I bet he is big. Lucas Beck, I throw my A-rig on a 7.6 heavy. Yeah, but what do you put on the back of yours, Lucas? Out of curiosity. I can tell you, I right now, the one A-rig I got I've got 3/16 tungsten heads that ATX put out, and I'll throw a Kitech paddle style bait on it. And I always do because Tim Wyatt showed me this. And no different than throwing 7 to 10 ounce swim baits. True, you're right. I know, Jeremy. I know you're right. My A-rig rod is a 7'10" medium heavy, 17-pound line, but I'm only using 1/8 ounce heads normally. Yeah. Farmer has not fished Carter's lately. I don't think he has. But Farmer, if you can answer that, Carson wants to know. I ain't throwing no dang 7-ounce swim baits either. My skunk buster is the old Mepps Comet. I've caught more on that than an underspin lately. Yeah, skunk buster. Skunk buster. I tell you what, a white rooster tail is a good skunk buster. If you can't catch fish on a white rooster tail, you can't catch fish. It's that simple. But anyway, always on an A-rig, and Tim White taught me this. Let's say you got 5 off the back. He would have 4 of them, let's say white. And on that 5th one, he would always have an odd different color. It'd always be just a little bit different color. It even could be green pumpkin. And then if the fish were hitting continually on white, you know, he was fine. But if it kept hitting that green pumpkin one, then he would switch and he'd do the opposite. He'd go all green pumpkin and then a white one, if I'm not mistaken, then the white, you know, always trying to see if they're, you know, targeting that one odd color. And he could catch them. I mean, he was as good on the A-rig as any. He taught me how to throw an A-rig. First fish I ever caught was with an A-rig with him. He had one that was broke. It was a 3-arm one, and it was broke. And he said, I hell throw it. And it wasn't 3 or 4 casts later, I caught a fish on a badly damaged A-rig. But it was pretty cool. But like Dave Aldridge out there at Gunnersville, man, he's burning them across the top of like if it's a 7-foot water, 5-foot grass, he's throwing that A-rig across the top of that grass using really like ultralight heads. And I mean, those largemouth come out of that grass and just absolutely slam it. It's kind of stupid to watch. And he would double up. I saw him triple up, you know. I'm not arguing. I said, what is Jeremy, 6'3", 300 pounds? Well, hell, Jeremy, I'm 5'7", 300. I'm not 300. I'm close, though. Yeah, I'm not arguing with Jeremy at the boat ramp. People throw you, I'm 6'3", 225. Farmer's like that. Farmer's like 6'8". And everybody's intimidated by Farmer, but he's a big old teddy bear. He's a big teddy bear. You just got to know how to talk to them big guys. Do you think with the lower temps I'd have any luck around Doll Mountain boat ramp? Anybody from Carter's can chime in on that. Let's see. What do you think Doll Mountain would do there, Farmer, for him? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see this weekend what the lower temps are doing. It really is going to be interesting to see because 10-degree water drop, that's big, guys, on Lanier. Confession, Jeremiah Giles. I've never caught more than 1 fish at a time on an A-rig. It'll be a striper or 5-pounder, but never a double or a triple. Me neither. But this was all in Gunnersville, and this was in October, I believe. You know, and I watched him do it, and he had one other A-rig on the boat, but he didn't have any light head, so I put it on, and I couldn't reel fast enough to keep it out of the grass. But he did it pretty successfully. It was pretty interesting. So where are you guys? So a lot of guys are talking about fishing. Where are you guys going this weekend? How many of you going to get out on the water? Because I thought I was fishing Lanier on Saturday. Now it's going to be on Sunday. So maybe I might get back in the kayak again and try to do some filming on Latham Saturday and see if I can go back out there. I don't know if any of the kayak guys up there are going back out there. Traveling Fisherman says, I'll be in the water. And guys, he was in the water. That river, y'all need to go follow him. He was doing a live on TikTok. And there was 2 lives going on that I kind of chimed into a little bit last night. I watched Slicks a little bit. Slick was talking with MLF guy. Duckett. They were talking a little bit. And I'd go back and forth between that, and then I was watching you fish in that river up there in Alaska where you were fishing. And I was sitting like, that was beautiful. James Ramsey's about to go right now. He caught rainbows and a Dolly Varden. Now, I've heard of a Dolly Varden, but what's the difference for us Southern boys down here? What the hell's a Dolly Varden? You say Dolly in the South, and, we're thinking Dolly. What's a Dolly Varden? John Alder is heading to Black Lake in Michigan this weekend. That's right. He's heading up north. Alex Purrs, don't be in here asking for info, John. I'm watching you. I don't know. Oh, John G. Oh, is there a kayak tournament on Lanier Saturday? Are y'all fish? It's in the Char family? Okay, I got it. Arkansas River, Dozer 21. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, you got to be a judge. He's not going to be fishing. Okay, I got that. Well, listen, brook trout, I found out, are not trout. They're in the char family. We have brook trout here in Georgia now. We have native brookies that are little bitty, and, of course, we get the stockers sometimes. But I didn't realize that till like a year or so ago when somebody taught me that a brook trout, because we have browns and rainbows, and then we have brookies. That brook trout are actually char. If you're hitting Latham, let me know, Danny. I think I might hit it sometime Saturday. Not 100% sure yet. Might work a little bit, so if I do, it might be in the afternoon. Farmer said, I wish I was 6'8". Farmer, what are you, 6'6", 6'7"? I know you're tall. Arkansas River I've never been to. I'd like to go to the Arkansas River and fish that. I think that'd be cool. But definitely we'll be on Lanier Saturday. Sunday. I don't know why Farmer, thanks for turning the power back on. Was your power out, Ken? Huh? It's tough. Yeah, but Arkansas River, a lot of people don't. Okay, so Arkansas River, what are you going to be fishing for? Because in my mind, I was thinking the White River in Arkansas for trout. So are you fishing for trout or are you doing something different? Bass. Okay. All right. Okay. I got that. Alex says he might try to get out for some night fishing tomorrow. Yeah, I got to get that. I might like to do that too. I got to go get a life jacket though, because I'm still too fat for that one that I had on the other day. Yeah. Well, and listen, how about this? Kayak guys, what do you recommend as far as a PFD? Do you recommend the inflatable kind or do you recommend the solid vest kind with the compartments? Because I have to think about this. And also keep in mind that I got a little bit of a gut and I'm going to be in this kayak till I lose this gut for a while. So all things considered, would I be better off going with an inflatable right now until I get my sea legs and get other things going on it? Or should I just go ahead? Or should I just get the big ass orange one around my neck? Maybe I should do that. Then that way everybody know it's me out there in the water. Doug writes, have to work Saturday, but might brave Allatoona on Sunday. Does Allatoona orange? Yeah, that's what I should do. Now listen, when I fished with Farmer the other day, he didn't have another life vest. Trolling motor kayak don't count, Danny. I ain't got a trolling motor, Messick. I paddle. You hear me talking about it last week? I paddle. Yeah. John Candy, it big orange one around the neck. That's what I need to do. But Farmer did not have a really cool life jacket spare when he had some for his kids. And so he had a bright, when I say yellow, he had a bright yellow around the neck Life jacket. Festive's got the life jackets that'll fit you. Festive can give me one. I ain't saying I'm gonna buy one. I got to work some magic. Have somebody give me one. Now I might go check them out. I ain't never been over there. I need to go over there. But yeah, it was bright. I mean, bright yellow. NRS Chinook is the gold standard. The auto inflator might not pop. Okay. That's right. I'm thinking of somebody near. Okay. I have the body glove PFD from Wally World. Works fine. I'm 6 foot 265. I want to go inflatable. Rod butts digging in my PFD sometimes. That's the problem that I noticed on the kayak. That was the one thing, other than having the paddling and trying to get used to the kayak and the steering and all that. The one thing though that I did notice that was a little bit different was the rod butt. And I throw in my left arm, was the rod butt hit me right there. And you hear guys talk about throwing swim baits and having bruises and all that. I've never been that guy, but I did notice sitting down trying to cast. Yeah, hit me right there a lot. And that PFD that I had, I wore it, but I couldn't zip it up. But I did wear it because that was all I had. So I didn't take it off, but it was hitting me right there in the side. I'm like, this is like irritating. It's super irritating. What we need to do is with our, and I don't know how our TikTok guys can get in on this, but we need to have like a fish of the weekend amongst people that watch the lunch break. So like, we'll all take pictures of our best fish over the weekend. And you know how we do the Monday morning brag board? We'll do that for everybody, but like have our own little separate lunch break. So like on the Monday morning brag board, you can post your fish. And then if you put an asterisk or something, we'll have something to mark it. Let us know if it's a lunch break. Guys watching the lunch break. And only the lunch break guys will know what we're talking about. And see who had the best fish this weekend. And it doesn't have to be the biggest or the heaviest weight. Like who had the prettiest fish. Like, you know who gets to vote on it? Me. BLAT does an online tournament that I think would be pretty sweet if you did, Danny. Let me get a couple more. Are you talking about a kayak tournament or can it be out of a boat? I don't know. I might do that. I flipped once last winter wearing the Onyx from Amazon. It does the job, but the zippers stink. Yeah. Well, here's the problem is I'm going to lose weight. So I have to get one that might be a little tight now, but that might be comfortable in, let's say, 3 months, 4 months. Because that's what I plan. I plan on dropping 40 pounds. That's my goal. So if I drop 40 pounds, that's a big difference. And we'll have to see. Boat, bank, kayak, black. Oh, you can fish anywhere. You guys show me how to do it. We might do it. But what we'll do is get a quality NRS Chinook specifically designed for kayak fishing. Okay. I might do that. I'll look into those. See if I can find a show sponsor or something and get my stuff for free. Little. Hey guys, you guys check out XYZ in exchange for some of that stuff. That's how you got to run the game, man. You got to run the game that way. But that's what we'll do. All you guys out there that are going fishing this weekend, take a picture of your best fish. You got to join the Fish North Georgia group page. Monday morning brag board. Everybody post their fish. The code sign for it being a lunch break fish, you got to have a picture of your fish and right above it 5150. And we'll say it again tomorrow. But you guys got 5150 Van Halen album. You can't forget that. But put your picture and then 5150. And all of us guys will kind of check it out. And I'm not going to be the only one that votes. We'll see who has the most cool looking fish, or, if somebody catches an absolute tank, they're going to win. I ain't giving away no prizes. We're just doing this for bragging rights. Who had the lunch break fish of the week? So we'll start doing that. But you got to tag 5150 in your comment section by your picture. And we'll say that again tomorrow too. So a lot of you guys are going to be fishing. A lot of you guys are going to be taking pictures of your fish anyway. 5150, crazy person on the loose. That's right. Live without a net. Y'all remember that concert? We got 12,000 5150s here tonight. Yep. Start walking in the evening will help you shred weight. I lost 40 pounds earlier this year by walking 2 miles a day after work. Okay. Listen, yeah, I got told I need to walk, but what am I supposed to do tonight? I'll be here till 10, 30, 11 o'clock tonight with the live well. I guess I could walk circles around my shop, throw on some Aussie or something like that, and just hammer down. The tree that snagged my rod and caused me to flip is now a lay down. Love to see it. I got you like that. I got to start walking. I got to start doing some of that stuff. But that's what we're going to do. 5150 is like you kayak guys got a code anyway on your hands, when you take your pictures. So that's it. Any lunch break fish entered on Monday. On Tuesday, we'll do the podcast while riding a Peloton. Fish Nerd Labs. Who in the hell is going to watch me? I got to keep this TikTok thing going. Who is going to watch me, honestly, do that? Normally you got the muscular guy or the good-looking chick, and they're doing that, and they're talking to the crowd, and they're doing all the stuff that they're supposed to be doing. And let me hit the live button again. There we go. Resume it, and we're good to go. But seriously, who's going to watch me on a Peloton? And I wouldn't be able to talk because I'm going to be so out of breath. Just, and I'm about to you guys. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Let's go. Come on. Get it up. Get it up. If all of you guys were watching the podcast while riding a Peloton, that might make sense. Tony says, well, there will be 3 of us live in the studio having to watch you. That's true. You guys got to understand. I do the lunch break by myself, but the live well, I got Tony or Tim in there, or Alex in there running the boards, and I got guests out here. I'd die of a heart attack. I really would. I got to be careful saying that. I don't know if TikTok's going to kick me off for saying it. You never know. You need to get a 5150 head and cab for the shop. Yeah, I guess. I need a lot of stuff. There was a guy that had a replica Frankenstrat, Tom Oswald, who said he was going to bring it up here and let me have it. It didn't work, but he was going to bring it up here and hang it in the shop, and he didn't. He never did. Dang, I would have had a shot of winning if we did that last weekend. Well, now we got to start somewhere, so that's what we're going to do now. We'll start now. So, anyway, I'm going to get back to I got a ton of work to do. Tony, what time are you going to be up here today? What time are you coming? It is your night, right, Tony? And you guys at TikTok, y'all need to, the problem with TikTok on the live well is we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 5 people talking with 5 different cameras. I only got 1 TikTok camera. And so it doesn't really look good. So even though I'll have it live on TikTok, I would encourage you guys to go to FNGO and watch it. About 5, maybe 6. Okay. All right. That's fine. Did you show the chicken rig on the last show? I didn't. Maybe I'll show it tonight. So anyway, with that, I think I've got some jigs I got to tie, and I got a YouTube, FNGO. Go to FNGO, type that in YouTube, and you'll see my ugly mug pop up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that notification bell so that you'll get the notification anytime we do anything. All those cool things the kids are saying. And if you're on TikTok too and you ain't following us, follow us there too. But yeah, that would be the live well on. Somebody's got to bring me a live herring to eat, and I'll do that. What's the best thing I can tie on my old lady? Oh, excuse me. Let me reread that. What's the best thing I can tie my old lady on for bass that's easily enough for her to work? That's where drop shot or underspin. To me, that's where I think an underspin can work. Chunk it out there, let it sink, and reel. I do think the underspin is the easiest thing to get anybody just fishing when it comes to bass, because and you never know. You could be like Farmer up there and catch a 50-pound traveling fisherman says spinnerbait or a Senko, wacky rig. Yeah, I mean, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Spinnerbait or an underspin or something like that, they're gonna hook themselves. A wacky rig, generally, when they bite it, or Senko, they got it. Drop shot, same way. But there you go, FCP, a white rooster tail. Listen, I know on that video the other day that I said if I only could fish with one thing for the rest of my life, I did say a green pumpkin Senko because I could do it wacky, Carolina rig, whatever. You can feed your family on a white rooster tail because you can catch bass, you can catch brim, you can catch crappie at the right time of year, you can catch trout with it. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to argue against that one too. Got to be careful when dealing with her. If she don't catch fish, the Iron Dome is going up. Messick, you're right. You're right. Fish Nerd Lab says, I second the white rooster tail. I have a rooster tail rod for friends. That's exactly it. You have that. Everybody's got that rod because you don't want them throwing your good rod, but you got that one over here with the rooster tail, and you're like, hey, just throw it, just reel it slow. Next thing you know, they're like, hey, I got one. Yeah, just throw it, reel it slow. Hey, I got one. And like by the time it's over, you're putting on a white rooster tail. I get it. TikTok can be way too sensitive, but you know what it is doing? It's keeping me on my best behavior. I'm actually thinking before it comes out of my mouth at least 90% of the time now. At least 90%. My fiance fell in love with fishing after catching her first one on a drop shot. Carson, there you go, buddy. It's love is in the air with the drop shot. White paddle tail swim bait for me. Any fish in the world, fresh or salt water, will eat that. And that's what I was kind of thinking with the underspin. Alex says, I'll put my wife on an underspin and she will outfish me every time we go. It's a fish catcher. It's a fish catcher. I'm not saying it's going to catch the biggest one all the time, but now in our electric only tournament where I was gone to a funeral and William, my partner, was at Hickory Log and he was down there by the dam. He said, what do you do? I said, hit the dam with something. Just chunk whatever you can, hit it right there at the concrete, let it go down. And I was thinking big old Texas rig worm, whatever. And he threw an underspin with a white paddle tail, 1/2 ounce too. And he bombed it. Boom, hit that concrete. 3 cranks later, it was 10-4. 10-4, 10-5 largemouth. Got big fish for the tournament. Now, I knew he would catch fish. I did not know he would catch a big one. If you remember the Toys for Tots tournament, Charlie Adams, he won the tournament and got big fish, and he got that big fish. He threw it over a cable behind the dock. He had an underspin on. He threw it over the cable, reeled it up, popped it up, let it drop. The second it hit past that cable, 2 or 3 cranks in, and he had that 7, almost 8-pound largemouth. It can catch big fish, but I would put it on for numbers most of the time. You got to keep in mind that TikTok was created for children to use. It was never supposed to be what it is now. I understand, but you think that, with the changing of the times, they changed the algorithm a little bit. Because I'm telling you right now, I can get off this live right here and go over and just regular go up to regular videos on TikTok. And within 2 or 3 videos, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone of a female persuasion saying things like that. And you're like, how is that good? But what I said bad. It blows my mind. Went 3 straight weeks, though, in an underspin at that dam after you said that. Never caught a thing, Carson said. I see, listen, there's a couple places on Hickory Log that you can go if you want to get a bite. And the dam is one of them. Now, I'm telling you, I would not have thrown the underspin because I got cast 12 braid on my spinning reel and it would bomb, boom. But I always throw a weightless wacky. I could throw a weightless wacky that long, hit it right at the base of that, let it just sink down by that concrete, boom. Now, it ain't never been a 10-4 or 10-5, whatever it was. Never, ever. It might be 12-inch fish, but I needed to get 5 in the live well. I always could count on catching at least 1 or 2 if I was struggling right there. He didn't have any fish in the live well at all. He goes, Danny, we ain't catching nothing. I'm sitting in a funeral. My wife is getting mad at me because Williams texted me what to do during a funeral. That's her brother. And I'm sitting there like, where you at? And then he goes, my wife's elbowing me going, you need to stop. And I'm like, hold on. I said, he goes, I'm by the dam. I'm like, just hit the concrete with something. Okay. And then I put my phone down. Funeral starts. We're in the funeral. And I feel my phone going, bzzz, bzzz. It's driving me crazy. And it's just going. And it went off for 20 minutes. And then finally, as we were walking out, what's the first thing I do? Because I didn't want my wife mad at me. I picked it up. And there was like 20 pictures of this fish. And then it was like how he caught it and all that. But yeah, it was right at the dam. 2 biggest bass I ever caught were on a lipless crank and a Carolina rig brush hog. The biggest bass that I ever caught with artificial bait, because I've caught some pretty big ones using shiners and all back in the day, a white trick worm, and a Zoom lizard pumpkin seed with a chartreuse tail. Those are my 2 biggest largemouth. And then the biggest spot I ever caught came off of a shaky head. It was a mag hit worm in that purple fleck. and that was on Lake Lanier. There was on that, but worms. Topwater, I've never caught any. I've never really caught huge bass on topwater. Now I've caught a bunch of bass on topwater, but never huge. But those are my two biggest. His PB came on a 1/4 ounce spot choker with a cast echo. It happens. It happens. But look, if you want to go catch the biggest bass, my personal John Cummings, my PB is on a double buzz bait. You can catch some big ones. But I'm telling you right now, if you're on a farm pond, let's say 25 acres or less, but especially 5 acres or less. If you want to catch the biggest bass in a lake, and you got a couple trips to do it, you take a tube of crickets and you go catch you a bluegill a little bit smaller than the size of your hand. You get you a big red bobber, and you get you about 18 to 24 inches of line behind it. Don't put any weights on it, and put you a big old circle hook and come right through that bluegill's mouth and right out his nose, and you just chunk that joker out there. And then you sit there with the rest of the crickets and just fish. I'm telling you, that's how you catch the biggest bass in a lake, farm pond, because that's all we used to do back in the 80s. Now, granted, we have what's it called? We have evolved as anglers, right? We now throw artificial baits and all that. But if I was going to one lake and tried to catch the biggest fish like that, because you catch the biggest catfish in the lake, you can catch the biggest bass in the lake, bluegill, which is why, we're going large, and a 30-pack of beer, John Cummings, absolutely. 100%, absolutely. Skipping school, supposed to be at school, but we're on some guy's farm pond. It was either that or Boone's Farm. According to the Texas Sharelunkers program, Andy's coming in here with facts. He's coming here with facts right now. According to the Texas Sharelunkers program, the majority and the biggest bass are caught on a Texas rig. Artificially, yes, I could go with that. I could go with that, Andy Miller. If you're fishing artificial, 100%, I could see that absolutely being what would happen. And that's all we used to throw back in the day. And I don't know if Dana's still on there. Dana throws Texas rig a lot on Lanier still. Dana, if you're here, verify that. I might be wrong, but I believe you like throwing the Texas rig. But I know one day Ryan and I were fishing, and we were doing a little experiment. I had a Texas rig. He had a shaky head. We had the exact same worm. We dipped it the tails the exact same way. Well, the world record was tied at 22 pounds, 5 ounces on a live brim too. I'm telling you, live brim will catch them. But we were on Lanier, and Ryan would throw, and then I would throw. We'd go down a bank, and then I'd throw in one spot and I'd get bit, and Ryan would throw in the very same spot, get bit. What's y'all state record largemouth bass and spot? Well, dude, we got the world record. 22 pounds, 4 ounces. George Perry caught on what used to be Lake Martin, I believe, or something like that. The lake don't exist no more. Now, that's the largemouth. Spotted bass in Georgia? Oh, I don't know. 8 pounds something maybe? Some of you guys out there might know that. I ain't got time to look it up. Yeah, our state record largemouth is the world record. Now, again, there are people out there who still believe that fish didn't weigh 22 pounds, 4 ounces. Looking at the pictures, a lot of people, and you can't verify it, but the way they verified back then, and they gave it to them back then. But there is people out there that say there's no way that fish weighed what it weighed. But I mean, I don't care. It's still a big fish, and it was there, and it belongs to Georgia. Now, I think there's some fellas overseas that might have tied it, or I don't know how. I don't keep up with that stuff anymore. But as far as the spotted bass, I honestly think maybe eight something. We have, on average, I would say our spots are as big as anywhere in the world. 9 pounds something is a state record spotted bass from Lake Burton. Okay, so there you go. I knew it wasn't big. I knew it wasn't double digits. I definitely knew it wasn't double digits. I thought it was a lake in California with the world record. Nah, dude. Nope. We still got it as far as I know. If you type in George Perry, largemouth bass, you'll see it. There's pictures of it. You know what's crazy thing about it? He took that booger home after they weighed it and did all the stuff, and he ate it. He ate that thing. I mean, and that's a large one. Now, back then, they didn't have a lot of money. He's feeding his family and all that, so I get it. But my gosh, can you imagine how mushy a 22-pound largemouth bass would be? Ugh. And I don't know what kind of water quality Lake Martin or whatever it was back in the day had, but it's probably tannic waters because it was down in South Georgia. So it definitely wasn't clean mountain water. I bet that thing tasted like garbage. Dottie in California was foul hooked in 25 pounds. That's right. She didn't count because it was foul hooked. And I honestly think someone over in Japan caught a 22.4 or something like that. There's a replica on the wall at Bass Pro in Lawrenceville. Yeah. 22 pounds, 4 ounces by George Perry in 1932. Yep. And the lake doesn't exist no more. Got my girlfriend wanting to do 30 hours to Clear Lake in California. Dude, go. Go. Now, I'll tell you this about, I think it's Clear Lake. Jason Johnson up here and Cody Myers. Cody Myers still fishes professionally. They went out there, and there's a picture. If you look at Jason Johnson's Facebook, he brings it up about once a year, and he should. He should. Their best 5 spotted bass were over 40 pounds out of that lake in California. It was 40-something pounds of 5 spotted bass, and they're holding them. Jason Johnson and Cody Myers. That lake is the one that's got those salmon or salmon, however you want to say it, in there, or some trout in there. That's what the state stocks them. Cody Meyer is the king of Bullard Bar. No drive is too far to fish, says traveling fisherman. No doubt. 12:52. Danny said he was about to get off because he was busy. See, that's how it goes. We get to talking again. It's not the new world record, though, because you got to beat it by at least 2 ounces. That's right. Montgomery Lake. Okay, John G said that. Montgomery Lake. I don't think it's there anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, it's not Clear Lake. It's in Northern California, Jeremy Concrete. But you know what I'm talking about. There's that lake out there. World record caught on a surface lure in Montgomery Lake, Oxbow, the Okmulgee River, that is now gone due to flood, said Doc Holiday. Because Doc is my old friend. And Doc, were you alive then? No, I'm just kidding. You know I love you. I'm just kidding. You're worried your trailer won't hold up. Dude, just make sure your bearings are good, your wheel bearings. You can handle it. Go ahead and go ahead and bite the bullet, get you some new wheel bearings, and go. And don't be scared, because scared people do not make history. No kid has ever read in their history books at school about a scared person that did something great. Maybe cautious a little bit, but no, go for it. California Delta. I guess. I don't know where it's at. Real Michael, that's a good quote. Hey, seriously, cautious people don't make history. That's very true. If something's worth doing, it's worth losing everything over to try to do it. Ask my wife. Ask my wife. Okay. Now. But yeah, go for it, John. And take your GoPro. Take your GoPro. And best quote you've ever told me, Danny. Took it to heart, too. Yeah, Messick. Listen, I say that a lot because, look, a lot of people want to do great things in this world. But there's always, well, I worry. I don't know. It's kind of scary. Like when I hear somebody say, well, I worry, it's just like my brain tunes out. Sorry, it does. I'll sit there and act like I'm listening, but I'm not listening. In my brain, it just doesn't function that way. My old lady tells me, let's go to Clear Lake. I'm not asking twice. Heck no, you get permission, go. Sounds like he is thinking about Lake Castaic or Castaic, how you say it in California. That might be it, Stephen. Yeah. On Halloween, will you dress up for the lunch break? Yeah, James. I'll dress. It don't even have to be Halloween. And that's what Alex says. Scared money don't make money. Oh, listen. I'm serious. I've had people tell me all the time, I worry or I fear. And I'll sit there and act like I'm listening to them. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, I'm sorry, I've done tuned out that conversation. You got to be willing to lose everything. It's tough. It's tough. But, I mean, good grief. Okay, now. Okay, no, but it's not far from where I grew up, Doc Holiday said. We're talking about Montgomery Lake down in South Georgia. Okay. All right, yeah, we did go an extra 20-something minutes. Never mind. Chris Garrison's here on TikTok. We got to stay a little while longer. Got to talk to my buddy Chris. So what's going on, buddy? Any of y'all watch Slick's live last night with O'Duckett? I'm not a big MLF fan, so I didn't watch much of it. I like Slick. I need to watch more MLF, but I can't get into it. I barely can get into the elites and the NPFL. trying to add another professional league to keep up with is going to rack my brain. I don't know. I'm afraid of getting married because none of y'all make it sound very good, and then divorce dudes act like they might as well be dead. Jeremiah, can I be honest? Marriage is what you make it, dude. And it's just, listen, yeah, we get on here and we have some fun at the expense of our wives sometimes and all that. I actually do. I do. Real Mike, I love being married. I honestly just, I'd rather be at home in the evenings sitting on the couch by my wife. I really would. She's the biggest pain. But Real Michael says, my wife is hot and she's my best friend. Is your wife watching, Real Michael? Are you having to do this under duress? Are you putting that in under duress? No, I'm kidding. I like it, dude. That's the way you need to be. Mine's got sunshine, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I like sunshine. MLF used to. Why don't I like it? Just out of curiosity. To be honest with you, I've only been watching. I don't want to train another one, Chris Garrison. Dude, my wife trains me. She's been working on me for 30-something years now, dude. Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know why I don't. I don't know why. I just started watching. I've always kind of kept up with the Bassmasters a little bit, and the NPFL is. I know a lot of the guys from local guys that are on it, so I kind of think of that. I don't know if it's just a catch release format. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a good answer. Maybe I need to kind of pay more attention to it. It's not about. I really don't know that it's about the. I don't really think it's the format. I really don't think it's anything. I just don't know the anglers as much, so I just haven't spent the time watching. Maybe that's just what I need to do. So I can't give you a good answer on that. Real Michael's wife fishes with him, so he's got it made. Oh, there you go. My wife won't fish with me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my wife. Good answer, Alex. A lot of folks wish their wives hunted and fished. I'm here to testify that isn't great. She is great, but I'd rather do outdoors with the boys. She supports purchasing of hunting and fishing gear, though. And I talked to your wife. She's very nice. She's busy with all them kids y'all got and everything. All right, now, guys, listen. I'm going to work now. I've enjoyed it. Okay, I stayed for Garrison there long enough. John G. My wife of 18 years passed away from an asthma attack. Dude, I am very, very sorry to hear that. And I'll tell you why it's scary. Because my daughter, my middle child, had asthma. That was 10 years ago. Okay, listen, she had asthma. And I will tell you this. Some of the scariest moments of my life up to this point right now was when she was having asthma attacks. Because there's nothing I could do. And she said it always felt like trying to breathe through a straw with an elephant sitting on your chest. So, dude, I'm like, seriously, I hate that. We love you, dude. You know we do. And, but that's tough. But I know that's, like you've seen what I've seen. So I know that's tough, dude. But you know what? I'm glad you're carrying on. Glad you're out there fishing. Glad you're living life and living your best life. Because that's probably what she would have wanted. I firmly believe that. And you're doing good on these tournaments, man. You're really doing good. So I can't end on that, though. I can't end on a sad note. Yes, thanks so much. Now, John, seriously. Honestly, dude, anything we can do for you, if you ever have a really crappy day or something like that, let me know. Give me a call. I'll figure out a way to get your number. And that's one thing. Let me end on that. Let me end on this. This is a very serious thing. And I wish I'd said this while I had a bunch more people on here. When guys go through things in life, and I'm talking to guys, and that's probably what's watching, the majority is watching right now anyway. A lot of guys feel like they can't talk to nobody. If they're hurting or anything, they got nobody to talk to, nowhere to go. And we do a very bad job of keeping it all in and internalized and everything. Me, my phone, and my shop are open to you guys 24/7 if that situation ever arises. I got the chairs right here in the shop. I'll give you my phone number, all that, because no, you didn't depress me. No, actually, you gave me the opportunity to say that, John. You didn't depress me at all, but you gave me the opportunity to say that. And I want you to pass this around to everybody, that I find a lot of guys that won't go to a church. because of whatever, don't want to walk through a church. They don't talk to people. They come into a tackle shop though, and they will tell you their life story. I've had guys in it, grown men in here crying, and I've been right here crying with them. That is available to all of you. I'm about to cry now. I shouldn't even say that. But I hate it that guys can't. I'm sure, John, when that went on with your wife, that's a tough time, dude. I hope you had people back then that you could talk to. But if any of you guys ever go through something like that John's going through, or just whatever life's getting to you, for God's sakes, call me. Call me. Figure out, hit me on Facebook, come up here, and absolutely sit down. We'll have a beer, we'll have a Coke, we'll have a water, whatever. We'll pray. We'll do whatever we got to do. Because I do believe in the big guy upstairs. But I hate it. Guys hurt. I'm trying not to cry. I really am. Guys hurt. And we're too damn stubborn to say we need somebody to help. We need somebody to help. Somebody to listen to us. The best trait a man can have. You fell into drug addiction, you're good now. Dude, listen. Hey, this is a no judgment zone too. 100%. 100%. I get it. But we guys try to be tough, and we don't want people to know what we're going through and all that. I promise you there's nothing y'all have gone through that I ain't screwed up or gone through myself. And I mean it, with about 99% of the stuff you could do in this world. So please, please, please know. I love you guys. Just, John, seriously, love you, dude. I love the fact that you come here all the time. Always, this place is open to you guys. And so that's kind of like the way I view FNGO. I tell Tony, I tell Alex, I tell all these guys this. It's family first. Entertain them second. And then we'll sell you a bait third. Please, for the love of all that's holy, you guys always know. You can reach me on Facebook. Get my number now in case you ever need it. Or message me, whatever. But I'll meet you up here. I will meet you at the shop at 2 a.m. if you just need to come up here and cry. And just vent whatever you need to do. If you need to go beat the heck out of something, we'll get a couple of baseball bats. We'll go out into the trees. We'll go out into the woods, and we'll just hit trees all night long. Most of us were raised up to mean our feelings don't matter. Trust me, I was raised by a Marine. I know. Absolutely. That goes for all you guys. So, yeah, look, I mean, yeah, we're going to end it on that. But that's the most serious thing in the world we could do as men, is just shut up and listen sometimes. And then if we have a problem, speak. Tell somebody. I don't care how damn embarrassing it is. Because I promise you that shame and guilt and all that stuff, it's going to eat you alive. Fishing is a great way to get rid of all that, to get out there on the water, to get rid of all those kind of things. But if you're still doing it alone, it ain't that much better. And that's all you guys need to be that for every one of the other ones like that. Make yourself available to people. Make yourself available. So if I don't ever say, thank you, don't really have anybody who understands Chris Garrison. Chris Garrison, you know what? I might not understand what you're going through, but I'll listen. I'll crack a joke, maybe get you a smile or something like that. But that's it. And my preacher talked about that the other day. And again, I'm not a holy roller. I do sit on the second row of the church, so I'm there. And I'm a believer, but I'm the heathen there. But the biggest thing with men, and I tell him that all the time, guys that come into this shop, they won't walk through a church door because just for whatever reason, they ain't going in it. Because they feel judged, they feel this, they feel that, had a bad experience. They'll come to a shop. And that's why this shop exists. That's exactly why we're here. So that's open to all you guys. Please, for the love of God, never, never, never not call me if you need me for anything. I ain't going to be able to write you no big check. But you know what I'm talking about. So with that, I'm about to go blow my nose now. Good Lord. Mental health is a real thing. Yeah, and listen, Farmer says in the comments it was Alex, there's Tony, there's Farmer and all that. I'll tell you this, they understand, and this is true, and I don't even have to tell them this, that the day I find out one of the guys that's associated with us does not listen to somebody, that'll be the last day they're associated with me. And I don't have to tell them that because they're good people, and that's why I surround myself with good people. If you can't reach out to me, you get Farmer, you get Alex, you get Tony Collum. You hit them all up. We'll try to help you catch more fish, but we'll try to help you with the quality of your life. That's more important. 24 years in the Army, deal with PTSD, and this has become therapy. Thanks. I'm not normally speechless. That comment, that's probably the best comment you could have gave me. Bottom line. It's the way we all should be. Don't mean to tear up. I wished Chris Garrison's on TikTok. Bottom Line Outdoors. If you're on TikTok, hook up with Chris Garrison. It's Chris_Garrison. He said, I'm a veteran also. Give me a holler. I know I'm tearing up like a baby, but it was probably the coolest moment I've ever had on any podcast I've ever done. Yeah, I have no idea how much that means. No idea how much that means. Tony's a vet too. Yeah. Man, vets, a lot of cops, a lot of just guys in general ain't got no place to go. And I'm just talking about for somebody to just shut the hell up and listen to them. So I love all you guys. I really do. I mean, I may have never met you, may never meet you in person, but the fact that you're here, you're part of our family. So, Gone Fishing with Ed, he's a vet. That's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to end it right now because I'm going to grow 22 years, John Cummins. 22 years. I'm gonna get off it. I'm gonna sit here by myself. Probably have myself a good cry. Then the real world's gonna kick back in, and I got to tie some freaking jigs. Fish Nerd Labs. Doesn't Tony work with vets too? I don't know if he works with them specifically, but Tony can let you know. But yeah, all you vets out there, y'all some kick-ass individuals for what you did for us. Seriously, thank you guys very much. I wish back then I'd have done that. That's one of the biggest regrets of my life. I go back, I wished I would have joined the military. I really do. I probably would have been a much better man for it. So anyway, 20 years Chris Garrison did. Awesome podcast today. Glad I was able to hop on. You too, man. You too. Seriously. So I'm going to get to work. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. He does. Okay. So Tony says he does veteran fishing organization tournaments. Ken Bearden runs it. So he does that. Because I got a ton to do. But tonight at 8 o'clock, I want you guys to come back. And again, you guys on TikTok, love having you there. But the experience on the podcast, on the night podcast, is a lot better on YouTube. FNGO.com. or FNGO on TuTube, or you can go to fngo.com, and that's got links to all our socials and all that. You guys take very serious what we just talked about. Take it very serious. It is always here for you guys, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for being part of our family. And what we'll do is, if you can't join us tonight at 8, we'll be here tomorrow again at 12, and then we're gonna catch some fish this weekend and all that. LP5 Patriot, why am I struggling so bad on fork? Bro, I don't know, dude. I don't know why you're struggling on fork. But you know what? And he goes, and I live on it. Well, I have a saying, and TikTok might not like it, but you know what? You're fishing on fork, and you're not in China making Nikes, my man. So a bad day on fork is not that bad at all. Anyway, we're going to go, guys. We'll see you guys 8 o'clock tonight. If not, we'll see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Appreciate all you guys. And if you want to reach out to me, Tony Collins said, try a spoon. LP5 Patriot, try a spoon. And you guys want to get in contact with me, you can email me, danny@fngo.com, or you can reach out to me, Danny Pruitt, on Facebook. My little pictures, the one got cameras. I'm sitting somewhere looking at cameras or something like that. So that's how you found. That's the Danny Pruitt I am. But we'll see you guys tonight. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Let me hit these buttons now. See you guys on TikTok. All right. Sorry about YouTube. Sorry I got so mushy, but still. Anyway, I enjoyed it, guys. Seriously. Y'all join us tonight at 8. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12. Sorry, bad dad joke. Tony, is that what that is? I can't even follow him right now. So you guys be good. I got to get to work. We'll see you.